Hello students, now we will see the next concept called as abstract method and abstract class. So what is mean by the abstract method? Abstract method is nothing but what the incomplete method. So you can see that I can define the abstract method, okay, and this particular what the method is abstract means the incomplete. In the same way, I can also define the class as a abstract means what the class is incomplete. So I have to give the abstract modifier in front of the class definition. So here I will say that my class is the abstract class means it is an incomplete class. In the same way, the abstract modifier I can also attach to the method, and that method becomes the abstract method. Abstract method means what? It is a incomplete method. So whenever any class contain any abstract method, then the class is implicitly becomes abstract. So you have to write the abstract modifier in the header of your class definition, otherwise the compiler will give the error. So the next is what the any class containing the abstract method is called as what the an abstract class. You must declare class with what the keyword abstract. The abstract class is an incomplete class because it can have some abstract method which that method don't have the bodies, or that method are incomplete. Therefore you have to attach the abstract modifier in front of the class. So the next is you cannot instantiate that particular class. Obviously, if the class is incomplete, how we can create an instance of that particular class? So the next rule is we cannot create an instance of the abstract class. The abstract class cannot be defined as a final and the static. So we have seen that the static methods are the class methods. Okay, so the class methods you cannot define that as an abstract, and the final methods are complete method, but the abstract method is incomplete method. So both keywords are contracting with each other. So you cannot define a method with the abstract as well as the final, or you cannot define a method with the abstract and the static. So whenever I will use the inheritance, and if my base class or the parent class is an abstract class, now it's a responsibility of the derived class or the child class to define the inherited abstract method. Otherwise that child class becomes what? The abstract class. So if the child class does not define all inherited abstract method, then it is also going to become abstract class, means what? You cannot create an instance of that child class. So you can declare a class to be abstract even it does not contain any abstract method. So let's see the example. So in the example, we have created one abstract class. Why it is abstract class? Because we have some abstract method called as a draw. So we will define one void draw method, and I don't want to give the body to this particular method because I am defining this as an abstract. You can give the method body, okay, and you can also define that method as an abstract, no problem. So my method is an incomplete method, so I will attach the abstract keyword in the header of my method. Whenever my class has the abstract method, I should write the abstract keyword in the header of my class definition. So now whenever I will derive a class from the abstract class, now it's responsibility of the child class to implement the inherited abstract method. If the child class is failed to implement the inherited abstract method, then the child class becomes the abstract class. So now my circle class has implemented the draw method, and the rectangle class is also extended the abstract base class, and again it is going to re-implement the draw method. So in this way, what you can do is you can create a reference of your abstract class, and that reference can point to this, and this reference can point to this, and in this way what we have done is we have uh, abstract void. Here it is giving the error because it is using the Java older version. From the Java 10, you can give the body to the abstract method, and that method also becomes what? The abstract. Right now it is an older method, so don't provide the body to the abstract method. and just run it. So you can see that over here my first reference is pointing to the instance of the circle. Whenever I will invoke the draw method, so the circle's draw method is going to be invoked. Whenever again I will invoke the draw method with the next reference, it will pointing to the rectangle instance, so it will call the draw from the rectangle class. So in this way you can define the abstract methods, and you will force to the subclasses to give the implementation of that method. So in this way you are creating some kind of what the restriction to the child class to implement certain methods to ensure that whether the child is implementing or not, you can define that methods as an abstract in your abstract base class, and your child class is going to extend that particular abstract class and it will give the implementation of that methods. So you can what is the next thing that you should do? Whenever I will create the abstract class is nothing but what the incomplete class. So if you will try to create instance of the abstract class, it will throw the compile time error. It will say that you cannot create a or you cannot instantiate the abstract class. So never, because it is an incomplete class, you cannot create an instance. But obviously you can create a reference of the abstract class, and the reference can point to what the instance of the subclasses which they have inherited. So the same example here we have seen, we have the shape class, and here we have the different child class which extend the shape class. Now what is like happen over here, I have created the reference of this, and the reference is pointing to the child class instance, so this is legal. But whenever I will invoke the draw method, I will get the compile time error because it is not a method overriding. So the call to this method is going to be resolved at a static time. So here it will see what is a type of this sum shape reference variable. So it is a type of shape, so it will see that I will call the draw method from the shape class, but you can see that the draw method in the shape class is what the missing. So what we will do is, whenever we want to remove this error, we will create a shape class as a or declare the shape class as abstract class, and the draw method we will declare, and we will make that method as abstract. Now the child class is going to inherit or give the implementation of the method. Now you can create a reference of your base class, and that base class reference can point to the any child instance, and you can invoke this. Now here method overriding concept will come, and what it will see, it will not see the type of the reference, it will see where the reference is pointing. So right now the reference is pointing to the instance of the star, so it will call the draw from the star class.